Welcome to Football Madness. Remember to like, remember to subscribe, remember to share this. Now let's go have some fun. Let's go. Back again to another episode of preview and review show. We are back for another delicious, another fantabulous, another dynamic episode. For those of you that are just joining us for the first time, you are welcome to Football Madness. On this platform, we interpret football in a funny way. Sit back, relax, and have some fun. Grab your drink, grab your food. This is going to be a long one. Let us have fun together. Please, please, please remember, it is not personal, it is just football. So have fun and enjoy the ride. For those of you that have been coming back, our returning subscribers, thank you for the love. I appreciate it. Whenever you watch an episode, please, please, please continue to share, continue to like, continue to leave me a comment. I appreciate it. I will be there. We'll keep the conversation going in the comment section. Please, please, please remember to leave me a comment. For the first game we'll have this weekend is between West Ham and Arsenal. This is a London derby. I would have said this game is going to be done and dusted if not for the curveball that West Ham threw at us last week. Last weekend, West Ham defeated Newcastle 2-0. So that was a curveball that I did not see coming. But nonetheless, I do not think West Ham is going to have any firepower or any threat towards Arsenal. This is a flawless victory for Arsenal. I believe that Arsenal is going to walk into this game and walk out with 3 points. It's going to be an easy, old school beatdown for West Ham. Arsenal is going to win this game. The key to victory for Arsenal is going to be the key players' availability. What do I mean by that? The likes of Odegaard, the likes of Partey, the likes of Rice, Saka, Havertz, Martinelli, Raya, Gabriel, and Saliba. They are core base, they are core and they are key players. Their availability, as long as they are available, Arsenal is going to win this game. This is a game that is going to be played in the midfield. And when you look at that midfield battle between West Ham and Arsenal, Arsenal win all day. Arsenal have better midfielders. Arsenal have better quality players. I expect Arsenal to give them a old school beatdown in this game. I do not think West Ham have any threat or any player that could threaten Arsenal in this game. This is going to be a flawless victory for Arsenal. I could see it coming. It's not a threat for us. So what are another key to victory for Arsenal is, I already spoke about the midfield, is defense. This is a game that Arsenal need to keep a clean sheet in. Because like I was saying, I do not think the likes of Antonio and Co. I don't think they have enough firepower to threaten Arsenal defense. So this is a game that Arsenal need to keep a clean sheet. The only injury I see right now to Arsenal is Ben White. And right now, Calafiori and Timber are stepping up. So I don't think they are going to miss Ben White that much. Apart from that, all in all, this is going to be an easy victory for Arsenal. If you are a neutral fan, don't tune in because you are most likely not going to enjoy this game. The only people that is going to be enjoying this game are the Arsenal fans. So Arsenal fan, go and have you guys some fun. This is going to be a flawless victory for you guys. Have some fun and enjoy it. For the second game we have on the list, we have the game between Manchester United and Everton. Manchester United have a new coach, Amorim. He played Ipswich last week. They drew 1-1. We saw the change in formation from Manchester United playing the 3-4-3 formation. Man United still need to get used to that formation, though it doesn't look like they have the players that can play that particular formation. That's where Amorim ends his paycheck. So Amorim, if you're going to earn your paycheck, you are going to find a way to make these guys win with your formation. If you need to coach them in the practice ground, whatever you need to do, you need to find a way to make sure that your tactics, your information are being passed through. For Manchester United, we saw Manchester United against Ipswich. They started that game. They scored early. Rashford scored for them. And then from there on, the game went left for them because they did not really create a lot of good chances that could have given them that game. But nonetheless, that is still one game. That's Amorim's first game, so it's expected. So we have to give him a slack. We have to cut him a slack. We have to let him do his thing. And then for Everton is a team that like to pack the balls. We already know how Dice likes to play his football. He's going to pack the balls. He's not going to give much away. He's going to literally sit in front of his 18 box. So it's going to be interesting to see how Man United spend 90 minutes trying to break down Everton. I believe that Man United is still going to have enough firepower to nick this game away from Everton, but it will be an interesting watch because Everton are a defensive side. Everton is a team that is going to pack the balls. They are going to sit in front of their 18 box and wait for you to make a mistake so they can catch you on the counter attack. That is Sean Dyche's football. There is nothing else that this man is planning to do but to make the football ugly, make the football drag on, and then he can try to catch you on the counter attack. That is it. So from this game, if you are not a fan of defensive football, you are not a fan of ugly football, probably don't tune into this game. But if you're a fan of the the dirty side of football, tune in and you are going to enjoy a masterclass, Everton masterclass. They are going to park the balls. Man United is going to be trying to break them down, so it's going to be an interesting one to see how it plays out. But I believe that Manchester United is going to have enough. What are the key to victory for Manchester United? The key to victory for Manchester United, like I said last week, is their key players stepping up. The likes of Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, the core base, the key players. You guys need to step up. Against Ipswich, it looked like the midfielders were hiding to receive the ball and they were not making themselves available. They started with Eriksen and Casemiro. That was a bad idea. Those two guys, none of them have speed. And I don't think they should be playing both of them at the same time. You have to tweak the formation and play someone else. You cannot play Eriksen and Casemiro at the same time. That is a disaster. You are setting yourself up for failure when you play those two at the same time. So Amorim, I hope you have figured that out now. Now you know you have to play someone with energy, someone with legs underneath them that can actually run and cover ground. So we look forward to seeing what formation tweak Amorim is going to do against Everton. But the key to victory for them will be in the midfield. The midfielders have to make themselves available. When the defenders are trying to play out the back, you cannot hide. You have to make yourself available to receive the ball, and not only receiving the ball, you have to know where the ball needs to go next. When you receive the ball, you have to turn and make a pass. Either you are going to the right or you are going to the left. But what you cannot do is receive the pass and play it back. Now you are putting pressure on your defenders. So we do not want to see that Ipswich mistake again. We are going to call out a mistake. But going forward against Everton, I expect Man U to be better. I think they've had time in the training ground, so I hope to see what they've learned. So it's going to be interesting watch. I look forward to seeing that. Then for the next week feature, we are going to see Arsenal versus Manchester United on Wednesday. Arsenal versus Manchester United is going to be an interesting watch. I've been looking forward to this game for a while, because now Manchester United has a new coach and Arsenal is on red hot form. Like I said earlier, they are coming from a game where they just defeated Sporting 5-1. All their key players are back from injury, and then the ones that were suspended are back too. So everyone is available for Arsenal. Man U, on the other hand, Man U still have injury here and there. So I look forward to seeing how this game plays out. But I think Arsenal is probably going to have enough firepower to overcome Man U. A draw would be a good result for Man U. Man U is going to go in there looking for a draw. Arsenal is going to be trying to pick up 3 points, because Arsenal is trying to chase Liverpool and trying to close the gap as much as possible. So key to victory for Arsenal. The key to victory for Arsenal is maintaining composure at all time against Man U. Man U is a team that can catch you on the counter attack. They have fast pace forward. The likes of Rashford, the likes of Diallo, the likes of Garnacho, they can catch you on the counter attack. So Arsenal, you need to be composed at all time. You need to be wary of that. Your defense is going to be the best part in this game. Your defense has to win you this game against Man U. You cannot give Man U anything. You cannot play with the game. You have to be sound for the whole 90 minutes. If you give Manchester United a space, they are going to take it. They have fast pace forward. I keep repeating, Arsenal. These wingers, the likes of Diallo and Garnacho, they want to get in behind. They want to take you for a run. So if you give them the space, they are going to burn you out on the flank. So do not give Man United any chance. Your defense has to be sound. Your defense has to be ready. And your defense is the one that is going to win you this game. If you are going to win this game against Man U, it's going to be a defensive masterclass. You will have to make sure that your defenders are ready and your defenders are available and your defenders are going to win you this game. For Manchester United, on the other hand, against Arsenal, Manchester United don't need to do too much. They just need to defend this game and try to get a draw. Once you defend the game, you try to get a draw. If possible, you catch Arsenal on the counter attack. Like I said earlier, you catch them on the counter attack with your pacey wingers, Diallo, Rashford, and Garnacho. Try to catch them on the counter attack, nick a goal there, and then they can go with a 1-1 or a 0-0 draw. Who knows? But that's what Manchester United is going to be playing for. Manchester United is going to play for a draw. Arsenal is going to play for a win. But I look forward to seeing this matchup on Wednesday. This is going to be an interesting watch. Circle your calendar. It's going down. For the next game we have on our list, we have the game between Chelsea and Aston Villa. This is going to be a firecracker. Aston Villa just played Champions League against Juventus, and they drew that game 0-0. So Aston Villa is punching their weight in the Champions League right now. They're doing well. They're picking up key points. Chelsea, on the other hand, you've seen Chelsea this season. Chelsea this season have been interesting. They've definitely been picking up a lot of points. Chelsea have been good this season. Enzo Maresca have been doing his job. He has changed the team, and I commend him. I like what he's doing at Chelsea. Chelsea, we are beginning to see Chelsea players build that rapport. They are becoming a team. They're playing better. They're moving the ball faster. So now let's see what they have to offer against Aston Villa. Aston Villa is a tricky side. So this matchup for Chelsea, the key to victory for Chelsea is definitely going to be Kopama. Kopama has disappeared in every big game that Chelsea has played this season. So now this is another big game against Aston Villa. So is Kopama going to step up? Is Kopama going to be available? And is Kopama going to make himself useful? So far this season, Kopama has disappeared against Man City, against Liverpool, against Arsenal, against Man U. So now against Aston Villa, this is another big game. Kopama has to step up and be counted. So he's going to be the key to victory for them. We all know what Jackson offers. Jackson is always going to offer speed behind the defense. So if Aston Villa play any high line, Jackson is going to be creeping up and Jackson is going to be running behind the defense. That's what Jackson does. You give him space, he's going to burn you and he's going to take it. Jackson's a fast striker. So you give him that space behind the defender, he's going to burn them through and he's going to get to the ball. So finally, the key to victory for Chelsea is definitely going to be their defense. Their defense has to be available. Their defense has to be sound. You cannot be caught lacking. You cannot fall asleep. You have to be solid. Sanchez. Do not lose this game for Chelsea. I repeat myself again one more time. Sanchez, do not lose this game for Chelsea. Do not make one of those crazy mistakes that no one will see coming. This is the game that you need to be available and you need to be sound mentally and physically. Do not lose this game. So if Chelsea defense does not make mistake, if Chelsea show up to play, Palmer leading the line for them, Chelsea win this game. But if not, Aston Villa will be there to give them a surprise. So we look forward to seeing this game this weekend. For the game in the midweek, that game will be Southampton versus Chelsea. That is going to be a flawless victory for Chelsea. That game is going to be as easy as it gets. This is the game where Chelsea players are going to be doing their start padding. So if you're a fantasy player, you should look to pick up a Chelsea player, especially the attackers like Kopama and Jackson. One of those two will be good for your fantasy team. Between this weekend and the midweek game coming up next week, look to pick up a Chelsea player, Kopama or Jackson, if you're playing fantasy, because they are going to be start padding in those two games. So get you a Chelsea player. So what is the key to victory against Southampton? The key to victory against Southampton is Chelsea show up and Chelsea win. Southampton is a side that they are going to hold possession. They are going to pass the ball all day. They are going to try to play out of the back. Chelsea just need to press them and force the mistake in the front third for Chelsea. Try to win the ball early. Try to win the ball in Southampton half and convert it into chances and score goals. Create chances, score goal from there, and then capitalize on the mistake that Southampton are going to make. That Southampton is going to make. Because definitely Southampton is going to make mistakes. They like to pass out of the back and they are going to make mistakes from it. So what are you going to do with those chances? Are you going to convert them into goal? They are going to try to pass out of the back, pressure them, win the ball back, and score. Southampton is not going to score unless you make mistakes. We saw them against Liverpool. Liverpool defense made mistakes and Southampton capitalized on it. They are not a scoring side. They do not score enough goals. And I feel like they are on a fast way ticket to championship. That is being Southampton. They are going back. They cannot score goals in the Premier League, and goals is the highest commodity in the Premier League. If you cannot score goals, you are going back. And that's the way Southampton find themselves. But I feel like that game is going to be a flawless victory. There's nothing for Chelsea to be worried about. Chelsea is going to win that game. Flawless victory. That is going to be as easy as it gets. Chelsea forward are probably going to start padding. So I look forward to enjoying that game. Chelsea fans, have some fun. Enjoy your game against Southampton. And that will be it for those one. So for the game for Liverpool, on the other hand, Liverpool have a game coming up against Manchester City on Sunday. So the next game we have on our list is between Liverpool and Manchester City. This is going to be a firecracker. Manchester City cannot afford to lose this game. Liverpool need to win this game, and that is why this game is going to be a madness. We saw Liverpool against Madrid. Liverpool used Madrid to wipe the street of Anfield. It was a flawless victory. They destroyed Madrid. It was like Madrid did not even show up to play. They took Madrid to football school and they schooled Madrid. That was Mbappe, nowhere to be found. Bellingham work hard as he always does, but unfortunately, there was nothing to show for it. So now going forward against Manchester City, Liverpool, key to victory. The key to victory for Liverpool is definitely going to be their midfield against Manchester City. Manchester City is a side that wants to hold possession, that wants to play out from the back, that want to keep possession, Pep Guardiola style, tiki taka. So Liverpool midfielders need to work hard. They need to cover ground, and they need to be mobile. They need to be active. They need to be physical. You cannot play Manchester City midfield and be nice. You cannot play Manchester City midfield and be playing. No, you have to be physical. You have to tackle. You have to be strong. And you have to be mobile. You have to be active. You have to outwork them. You have to outrun them. You have to outsmart them. That is how you beat Man City. You cannot lose the midfield battle to City and think City are not going to capitalize on it. Liverpool is going to play high line. Liverpool is not a team that pack the balls, so they are probably going to step out. Haaland is going to be looking to run behind the defense. We saw Konate limp up the field against Madrid. Bradley, the same thing. Those are injury scare for Liverpool right now, and that is definitely alarming and concerning. So if those players are not available, the likes of Trent, the likes of Joe Gomez and Kwanzaa will definitely be looking to step up against Manchester City. And then while we are speaking of injury, same thing goes for Manchester City. This season, Manchester City have been dealing with their own injuries. De Bruyne is just coming back. Rodri is out of the season. Grealish is just coming back. Doku is still not available. So we are looking at John Stone is still not available. Diaz is still coming back. It's still not like all these players in Manchester City that are supposed to be their key players, that are supposed to be their core players, have injury. Kovacic is out too. It's not available. So when you look at that City side, injury is their biggest problem right now. Their biggest problem right now is injuries. If they have all these players injured and then they don't have the backup for them, they don't have a backup striker, what happens when Haaland gets injured? So Manchester City and Pep Guardiola are fighting injury right now. I think he's finally getting a dose of what it feels like to have key players that are out. We've seen Manchester City sweep the league in the last 4 years. When other teams are going down to injury, City are just riding off to the sunset because they have two teams that are always available. So now they get to deal with injury. Unfortunately, it's sad, but it is what Premier League does. Premier League is going to humble you within that injury. Or no, you will see Premier League humble you with injuries. So the likes of Arsenal, the likes of Liverpool, we've seen them deal, even Manchester United and Chelsea, we've seen them deal with injury these past few years. So now it's Pep Guardiola's turn. So he has to navigate this ship. He has to control this ship, and we are going to see how he comes out on the other end. Is he still going to pull it out and still win the league? We'll find out. So many questions around this Manchester City side. But the key to victory for Manchester City would definitely be the likes of Foden and Gundogan. I keep telling them, you have to create chances for Haaland. Haaland is not a striker that creates his own chances. Haaland is a player that wants to run in behind the defense and finish. He's a finisher. Not a creator. He's not going to create his own chances. He cannot get the ball from the midfield, take on midfielders, take on defenders, and go and score. No, that is not Haaland. Haaland is not scoring a 40-yarder or a 30-yard from 30-yard range. No. Haaland scores his goals in the box. So as long as you create chances for him, he's going to get to the end of one or two. So the key to victory for Manchester City is Foden, De Bruyne, and Gundogan creating chances, and even Bernardo Silva creating chances for Haaland. As long as you create chances for Haaland, he's bound to get to one or two. But when you don't create any chance for him, he's going to disappear and you are not going to see him in the game. So that will be the key to victory for Manchester City. The next game we have on our list is Newcastle versus Liverpool, which is the midweek game. Newcastle is not a fun side to play. You do not know what to expect from Newcastle. I spoke about this earlier. Newcastle is like a yo-yo team. When you expect them to win, they will lose. When you expect them to lose, they will win. You do not know what to expect from Newcastle. On a good day, Newcastle they will surprise you and they will shock you. Their midfielders are mobile. Their midfielders are physical. Isak is on red hot form. Is on fire. So you do not know what to expect. But when you play Newcastle, you definitely have to be ready. You definitely have to be physical, and you definitely cannot give them any chance or space. So going forward against Newcastle, from the get-go, and Ancelotti need to get the boys ready. Like I spoke about Konate and Bradley picking up injury against Madrid. So that is really a scare because these two games are going to come in and they will be there. They are going to roll in fast. I think it's like 3 days in between both games. So Liverpool are playing all these games now and they are rolling in fast. So after playing Madrid on Wednesday, they will play City on Sunday and they will play Newcastle again on Wednesday. So these are hard features for Liverpool, but this is what championship are made of. If you want to be the champion, you have to go out there and beat who is in front of you. So go out there, beat City and beat Newcastle and stamp your ground that you want to be a champion. So I look forward to watching this game. It's going to be an interesting one. I believe that the City game and the Newcastle game is going to challenge Liverpool. It's going to be a difficult one. If Liverpool are going to win them, it's going to be 2-1, 1-0. It's not going to be a blowout or anything like that. But it's going to be an interesting watch above all. I look forward to watching this game. The key to victory against Newcastle will definitely be the likes of Salah being available and being ready and being present. The likes of Diaz being available, being present. The likes of Nunes. Nunes, like I said, I already gave up on Nunes. I do not expect anything from Nunes at this point. Nunes is just a player that is just coasting. This man finds himself in good position every game at this point. Every game he's playing, he finds himself in good position. But guess what he does? He finds a way to flunk his line. It's that simple. I'm just done with Nunes. I gave up on him. That is it. For the next game we have on our list is Manchester City versus Nottingham Forest. That's another difficult side. Nottingham Forest, they are a ton in the Premier League flesh. They are giving every game they play, they are definitely giving 100%. They are showing up, they are physical, they are fast, they are defensively sound. It is hard to score against Nottingham Forest. So when you play Nottingham Forest, you are going to find out. Manchester City will play Nottingham Forest on Wednesday. That's their midweek features. I look forward to watching this game. What is the key to victory for Manchester City? Manchester City need to start picking up points. And they need to start doing it fast. Manchester City so far has lost 5 games in a row. Then they drew their last one. So they went from losing 5 games in a row, and so pretty much they've dropped points in 6 games in a row. This is unlike Pep Guardiola. I want to see how Pep Guardiola is going to turn this ship around. He has Liverpool on Sunday and then Nottingham Forest on Wednesday. So this is going to be an interesting one for Manchester City. I don't know how they are going to pull this off, but they definitely need to find a way to pull this off. Pep Guardiola, this is where you earn your bucks. This is where you get paid. Or are we going to say fire Pep Guardiola for a new manager bounce? Hey, it's not me. I'm only asking what the people are saying. So are we firing Pep Guardiola and bringing in a new manager for Manchester City for a new manager bounce? We'll find out soon enough. So for Manchester City, key to victory against Nottingham Forest is players' availability. Their players need to come back, and their players need to be back fast. The injuries are piling up. Unfortunately, Premier League is cutthroat business. It's sad, but you still have to deal with it. Injury is part of the game, which is something the likes of Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Man U, they've had to figure it out. Injuries are part of the game. No one is going to let you ride on an excuse that, oh, I have injury. No, you are still going to have to show up with injury or without injury. You have to show up and you have to win. It's expected of you to win every time you play. Unfortunately, that's what football has come to now. So Manchester City are going to discover that, and they're going to discover that fast. We have come to the end of another episode of Review and Preview Show. We look forward to catching you guys next time. Please remember to like, remember to subscribe, and above all, please remember to leave me a comment. Share this with your family member. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys. Please have some fun with your family. Don't go and do anything crazy. And I'll catch you guys next time. Let's go.